Ladies and gentlemen, one of our founders and our first CEO, John Hirstick.
Well, thank you very much, Fielder, and good morning to all of you. Finally, 3D printing is the fourth trend I think is really important. I know you're all going to say, what's new about 3D printing? It's been around a long time. My view is, if you haven't seen 3D printing lately, you haven't seen it. It's all changed completely. Here's what 3D prints used to look like. You're familiar with these. These are kind of what you think of as a 3D print. Today, you can get so much better 3D prints. It's amazing how quickly we've seen improvements in color, material selection and quality, speed, cost of models going down. We used to show images in the CAD business years ago, and I would say to people, look at the screen. These aren't photographs. These are computer-generated images. That was years ago. Today, I'm going to show you these models and say exactly the opposite. These aren't computer-generated renderings. These are actual photographs of 3D prints. These are things that come out of 3D printers, and these are pretty much, they're not dramatically processed in any way. This is as they come out in color, and you can model up really whole products these days. So what I think is happening as a result of these advances in 3D printing is that 3D printing is going to become a key part of your daily CAD user experience. You're not going to make a 3D print and throw it in a glass box and look at it like a curio on a table. You're going to use them daily the way you would use 2D paper printing. Print it out, look at it, mark it up, throw it away. Part of your iterative design cycle. Now, please join me in welcoming, live and in person from New Balance Shoes, Matt Dunbar, Senior CAD Designer. Matt.
I would be designing complex athletic shoe soles in SolidWorks. About 8 years ago, it took us about 15 days to create a 2D CAD drawing. And since we've moved to SolidWorks, now it takes around 5 days. Well, the marketing defines the opportunity, and the industrial design team will then study the target consumer. They'll look to other industries for styling cues and for trends. In SolidWorks, we like to start. We typically will start with a simple model to get some quick feedback. So here is a simple version of a one-day turnaround model in SolidWorks where we're using like split line feature, and we've colored the faces, and we're discussing closely with the industrial design team to get some feedback as far as how does this look, proportions, locations, and this is iterative. So this is a Z Corporation print, and this will get printed. We'll make some changes. We might go through a few different rounds before we work into a final zcorp model, a fully detailed model.
Wow.
Such as that.
Yeah, now take a look at this. This is a 3D print of an actual shoe sole. It's just an amazingly sophisticated part. Maybe the most complex single SolidWorks part I've ever seen. How many of these 3D prints do you make? We talked about that in a video, but just again, how many?
Yeah, our printers do run nonstop, like you said, and it's about 100 models a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fun is in the creativity of pushing SolidWorks to its limits. And, we experimented with other creative ways to use SolidWorks and to get designs into SolidWorks. And, as we saw in the video, we've actually worked with waxed Z Corporation models, and we've given these to designers, and they've kind of used their carving tools and clay to really communicate some design changes to the model. And we've used our Next Engine 3D scanner to scan that data directly into SolidWorks.
That's a very interesting use of 3D printing to make physical modifications, scan it, and bring it back in. Now the tread patterns that you made in the video, tell us a little more about those.
Well, those tread patterns were a lot of fun because, there's such a quick turnaround. And, working with our waxed zcorp models, we were able to use our smooth-on urethane rubbers and really easy release from the zcorp molds. And the product is very legit, and I'm actually wearing my prototypes today, and they're durable and they work.